A very warm good evening to all of you. Today we have come up with a very interesting video lecture, and this video has to come before the prelims only, because a lot of times it happens in the prelims that not only content can help you, or maybe the revision classes that you must be doing of the syllabus can help you in solving the questions, but sometimes we can also use uh, presence of mind, common sense while going through the questions, which can really help us in solving the questions, right? So it is not what I am telling you. This is the evidence which have come from a lot of prelims paper, PYQs of 21, 22, 23, 24, where you can find that how you have to solve the question, and without even knowing much detail of that particular topic, you can definitely go through the question and solve it. So one by one, we'll see through the question. The first question I'm taking up is this is the question from 2023. It's the PYQ of 2023, and it says statement one says marsupials are not naturally found in India. Okay, so I'm leaving the statement for once. Okay, if somebody who does not know anything about marsupials can leave the statement for once. Okay, now, second statement is saying marsupials can thrive only in montane grassland with no predators, right? Somebody who is reading geography environment very thoroughly, they must be very much clear about the fact that marsupials with no predators, making such statements like no predators in itself is very dicey, right? Here there is a trick. Only mountain grasslands, that's fine, but then no predators. This is something which is very tricky. So what you can do, find out in this, because a lot of students see that these statements are very difficult to eliminate, but there is one trick in this also where you can actually apply elimination trick. If I say this statement is incorrect, right, so definitely I have only one option left, which is this one. Sorry, this one, C. Right? So statement 2 is incorrect. So statement 1 is correct and statement 2 is incorrect, because there is no other way. Statement 2 is incorrect, I know that, right? So only one option I have, which is statement 2 is incorrect, and which is there in one option only, which is option C. So that's why I have reduced, despite of not knowing anything about marsupials, for once I can assume that this is the answer, right? Now, second, this is one of the question which has come again in 2023. Now, it is saying some mushrooms, some. So, every statement is making some mushrooms have medicinal properties, some mushrooms have psychoactive properties, some mushrooms have insecticidal properties, some mushrooms have bioluminescent properties. So all these properties which it is saying, you must be knowing that some or other plant has some kind of properties, and we have not in read, or we have not gone through all the kind of mushrooms. It's not practically possible also to go through all the kind of mushrooms or every kind of species under the plant, but some mushroom, there is some category of mushroom which must be having medicinal properties, that is for sure. It can be a probable answer, it could be a probable answer that we can surely go for. Then second statement is also assuming that it must be having some kind of other psychoactive properties, so definitely we can give a chance to it. Second, first and third statement is saying that yes, it has some bioluminescent property, etc. So definitely we can go with all these options 1, 2, 3 and 4. So I am not saying that you don't have to focus in the options where some are written, but definitely if some is given to you, then you can give a 50-50 chance to that option, that yes, there could be a possibility, because it's not practically possible for the students to read all the varieties of the species of the mushroom, right? So definitely some of the species must be there which must be having some properties like bioluminescence. Some must be having the properties of medicinal properties. Some must be having psychoactive properties. So definitely we can give a chance to it, and all of four in such kind of statements are to be correct. Now consider the following statements. First statement is saying India does not import apples from the United States of America. Just see this statement in silo. Do not read the second statement, just read the first statement again and again. Is it possible that India does not import apples from United States of America? If we have read for 1 year also, then we must be knowing that we do import fruits, especially apples from USA, right? So first statement is itself saying that no, it's not correct. So only one, even if I've not read the statement 2, I can surely make it yes, statement 1 is incorrect, which is option D. Now I can read statement 2. What happens a lot of time when I'm going through the question, it happens that while reading first and second statement, we take it so seriously that we do not read the two statements in silos. First, we have to read the statements in silos and then we can connect the dots. The second statement is saying in India, the law prohibits the import of genetically modified food without the approval of competent authority. Though I know that this statement is correct because I have been reading it, right? Because you must also be reading these things that GM crops are not allowed without the approval. The approval has to be taken by the authority, right? Which is there. There is a norm, right? So we cannot skip this statement. But the point is, if I am making the first statement incorrect, the only option left with me, statement 1 is incorrect, is the only option which I can deduce from all the options present or available in front of me. So D is correct. This is how you have to eliminate. Second is again very interesting. Statement 1 is many chewing gums found in market are considered a source of environmental pollution. Many chewing gums contain plastic as a gum base. Now, yes, we know that chewing gums are having a plastic gum base, right? We have read a lot many times, and in a lot of newspapers also, newspaper articles also, it was given in the lot of magazines also, it was given that chewing gums are detrimental for the health, right? So yes, we can consider this if you have read the newspaper a lot. Or health wise also, we have seen a lot of times with our parents or whosoever keep on saying us that do not eat chewing gums, they are not good for the health, etc. So you have to take care of this fact that somewhere you must have read or somewhere you must have heard all these warnings. So many times chewing gums, there was an article also twice in the newspaper regarding this chewing gums. So you should just thoroughly read both the statements in silos and then try to make a conclusion out of it. Okay, so here the conclusion is quite evident. Statement 1 and statement 2 are correct, and statement 2 explains the statement 1, because a lot of questions in previous time are based on such statements only, assertions. Statement 1 is correct, statement 2 is explaining statement 1, or maybe both are incorrect, or maybe both are correct and they are not explaining each other. So you have to be very strict on that. If one of the statement is incorrect, then it becomes very easy for you to identify the answer. Although it is not possible in only one, only two, only three, but it's possible in this. Now look at this question. This question is about 100 million farmers. This is the question which is very much extensive in the way that the word limit is too much. I think probably we would need a reading where I have to go through the question again, right? At once I won't be able to understand, or maybe you might not be able to understand, and there's so much of pressure in the examination hall. So you have to go through the question again. So definitely it's going to take you 2 to 3 minutes for the reading, and then to comprehend, obviously, you have to process what is written in all the options. Second thing is that 100 million farmers, either you will deduce the first option that you have, either you will deduce that what it's saying, and second, you have to read also, right, again and again. And third, you have to assume, okay, 100 million farmers must be that or this. So you have to intelligently guess, or you must be fluking in the question. So my advice to you in such type of question is leave the question, right? You have to leave the question. That's the best strategy for this question. I would not say any elimination will work or any other thing will work. So you had, in this question, you had to choose only one option. Either you know the answer or you don't know the answer. Because intelligently also, if you want, I want to eliminate any of the option, it more or less look same only. All the options look same only to me or to any other person for that matter. But then you have to understand that these all options are looking almost same, so it's very difficult to deduce. Even if I eliminate two of them, then two will be there, and it's very difficult to deduce that which one is correct, right? And we have to depend and rely on UPSC key only. So I would say just leave the part. Now, which of the following leaf modification occur in the desert areas to inhibit water loss? This is a PYQ question. Okay, select the answer using the code. Now, if you see the question, hard and waxy leaves, tiny leaves, thorn instead of leaves, can you see all the option? In such kind of question, it becomes very, very easy to sense that all the options are correct. Right, this is what we have been reading about the desert only, right? Desert areas, what they are having. And why do they have hard and waxy leaves and tiny leaves? Because the transpiration, they do not want it to the water to evaporate so easily, because there is a scarcity of water in such arid areas. Okay, so to prevent it from transpiration, it is important that they should not what they should prevent it, and they should have what a tiny leaf, right? Therefore, which one of it's correct? 1, 2, and 3 are correct, right? So that's all. So these are the questions that I have come up with. And guess what? Like all the question, if you think that how many questions we have discussed so far, 6 questions we have discussed so far. So in the 6th question, if you think, and every question is containing 2 marks, like accordingly 12 to 10 marks improvement can be there definitely. Okay, so 10 to 12 marks improvement can be there in this, in such type of questions, if you will try to analyze the paper through your common sense. Because not many times what happens is a cue, is a hint given in the exam only, in the question paper only, that we might neglect because of the lot of pressure, because we presume that the UPSC exam has to be difficult only. This cannot be the easiest option. This looks like a very easiest option, I will not mark this. So you have to analyze the paper accordingly, and you have to understand that the option given is I mean, the options which are given to you, you have to analyze it very well, and then you have to mark it accordingly. And please use the lot of common sense, presence of mind in the exam. I think that is the something that you have to use in the examination hall, apart from the residuary knowledge that you must be having. So please go through the exam PYQs, and whenever you find the time, try to analyze the paper in this manner. If it very helps you, then I think that this video lecture is going to be very insightful for everyone. Thank you so much, and also do not forget to watch my marathon video, which I have uploaded few days back. Just go through that. That's going to be very, very helpful for all of you in the quick revision. Thank you so much.